Hey Graham, so yeah, there is a box. This was actually an area of big Datron confusion for me, so I'm not the best source of information. However, I'll show you what's in there and everything. So the story goes, when I got this Bush pump, it was during the pandemic, and there was a shortage of the motors that Datron usually uses. And this is a single phase pump, 220 volt or 240 volt, whatever the fuck. But the motor was a substitution. And so the wiring diagram that shipped with the vacuum pump controller was incorrect, as I remember. So it was wired up and hooked up to the wall and all this bullshit, and that didn't work. Now here's the box. If I remember right, it's magnetic. All that's in here is a contactor, but let's find out. So you can see this is the control wire that goes back to the machine. Mine has a label W55, so we'll see where that goes. I think these are Phillips in mine. Yeah, something like that. Let's go for it. You're just gonna have to suffer the entire length of this. That's what you get for asking. So, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so there's no soft start. I don't think you want or need one. But there is a contactor. This is an Eaton DL M2501 XTCE 025C01. Good luck with that. So 24 to 27 on this side. And then there was this, I remember there being like a loop here. So I couldn't find the schematic, but let's see. One side of this is coming in and one side of this is going out. And there's a DIN rail. And what I remember, yeah, this green wire is connecting from like L3 over here to T2 over here. There was something funky about the way this contactor was wired. But that's what I have, right? So there's wires coming out of the top. L1, L2, L3. L3 is ground. I believe black is hot. And then down here on the bottom it's L1, T2, T3. And they're wired a little bit differently. And there's the Datron control cable. The little Datron control cable. I see two wires, question mark. Yeah, this blue wire and this black wire are coming from the Datron control cable. I hope this is enough to help. So let's see if we can get into the back of the machine and see where this wire goes. As I was going towards the back of the machine, I also want to point out there are these little vacuum sensors that also feed into the control, so that when you are operating the vacuum pump, the control knows the vacuum pressure that's being applied to the table. So if it drops below a threshold, which is specified on this little controller, it'll kill the spindle. Really handy feature. This is whatever this says. Holding very still here, hoping you can get a screenshot or something. Back up a little bit, maybe to let it focus better. Yeah, this is like a display here. So you should know there's a whole vacuum pressure part of this scheme as well. Okay, well, here we are in the control cabinet. I'm not sure I'm gonna find the other side of W55 very easily over here. I've got in here, like an EMI suppressor coming up from the transformer, power switch in the back, all that good stuff. Yeah. I'm actually genuinely not even sure it really comes back here. There might be another place that plugs into, so let's go search for that for a minute. Yeah, okay, so here's the little soft cord from the vac, and that's coming up down here. And then in my Neo, on this, whatever you call it, inside the box where the power comes in, there is a Let's see if we can zoom in on that. This is where it plugs in. DIS XD6. And I've yanked on this a few times. This is like a very, very long cord, and because I just have it running right there. It's actually smart to put the vacuum far from the machine, but mine is right next to the machine. The reason it's smart is that the vac pump generates a ton of heat, and so you're actually putting the hot stuff on the input side of the machine. Oh, by the way, here's the nameplate on the motor. Sorry, I can't read it from here, but I remember this ball door motor was something new. Like I said, a substitution at the time. So yeah, so for whatever, it's plugging in down here. It is just a contactor. There's no soft start, nothing fancy. They just kick it on. It looked like it was a 24-volt contactor, but you can verify that with the part number. Feel free to ask questions. I'm in kind of a busy moment here, but I'm happy to help another Neo owner and fellow decent dude. So good luck, man.